Hey everyone, I'm here today with Melissa Cassera. I'm so excited to have you here, Melissa. How are you? Yay! So I wanted to, for those of you who don't know Melissa is a PR rock star and the president of Cassera Communications, a PR training company that turns businesses into bona fide celebrities. She's here today to talk about how to make you a jewelry star, and as well as to chat about her upcoming class, Make Headlines. Welcome so much, Melissa. It's awesome to have you here.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
So I wanted to ask you just a few questions about getting pressed, because I know a lot of jewelry designers are kind of intimidated by it, and they think that, you know, they might be a little too small time for it. So my first question for you right now is, when you're thinking about getting pressed, is there such a thing as being too new? Do they only want, does like press and PR people only want to work with established companies, or what do you think about that?
Yes, it's not true. They definitely don't just want to work with established companies. Actually, you're at an advantage when you're new, because the press really loves shiny new things. So just like we love shiny new jewelry, right? The press is all about like the brand new, shiny new, like who can they break? And you almost want to think about it like you're a breakout star.
Yeah.
Think about it like right now with the Oscar race, like Jennifer Lawrence is like taking everything, and she's brand new. I think she's like 22, right? And all the press is on her, the limelight's on her. And that's essentially what happens with new designers as well. The press is always looking for a brand new way that they can, or a brand new person that they can spotlight, right? And a new trend or a new exciting thing. So you're actually at an advantage to be new, because you're considered a breaking story, right? Or a breakout star, as opposed to someone that's been around for years and years, and you have to kind of reinvent yourself to stay new and to stay fresh in the marketplace.
Right. I always think of like that section in Lucky magazine where they have lucky breaks. Or not lucky breaks, that's another section, but where they have like the up-and-coming rising star, and they're always like featuring some designer you never heard of. So I definitely like totally believe in that. And I remember when I was just starting out and trying to get press, I was totally nervous and was like so shocked that like editors were willing to talk to me right away. It was so easy. I mean, it was like so much easier than I thought.
It is a lot easier than you think. As long as you get rid of that notion that like I'm not ready, I'm too scared, I'm too new, right? Then you're totally golden. Right.
So what are some of the benefits of getting pressed for jewelry designers, and what do you think they can expect?
Yes. So I think that the common misconception here is that most jewelry designers think that a new piece of press or like getting a magazine feature is going to bring in a legion of new customers. Right. And that just isn't really the case. But don't give up on your press or publicity strategy because of that. So, you know, sometimes if you get a mention in like Vogue or Elle or one of the bigger magazines, yes, it will bring new customers into your business. Right. But really what you want to do is you want to think about publicity as a way to close deals as opposed to a way to drive new people to your business. Right. And what I mean by that is that you can actually use every piece of press that you get, and you can leverage it for life. So as soon as you get something new, let's say you get a feature in Lucky magazine, since we were just talking about that, you can leverage that. You can share that with your potential retail accounts. You can share that with your customers, anyone that was thinking about buying from you. You can share it on social media. And it's a way to talk people off the fence from buying from you, right? Because if they were considering it, they like your designs, but they're like, I'm not so sure. And now all of a sudden, you were just featured as a hot new designer in Lucky magazine, which just happens to be their favorite magazine.
Yeah, right.
It's going to get them to press the buy button, right? Or get them to
Absolutely.
check out your product. And it's something that even if you got that press 4 or 5 years ago, you can still use it. I mean, the fact that you were featured there, even if it was several years ago, it still holds weight. So that's the great thing about press, is that it's something that you can leverage for life.
Well, that is a great reminder for me, because I have a bunch of press that I need to put on my website too. Just been so lazy about it. But I love how you say, because it's almost like, you know, I remember this back when I was actually getting a lot of press. There were a few publications that like actually did bring sales to my e-commerce site. But more than anything, it just gave me credibility as a designer. Like, okay, so I have the press, and now I'm in these stores, and, you know, buy from me or don't. But like, I have what it takes. So don't, you know, it's like, here we go. Like, let's move on to the next. So
Right, you're like a player now.
Yeah,
you know,
not a player, but I mean, I love that because like, I think that, you know, especially when designers are starting out, and I think this is the big thing, and this is why we love having you involved in our course anyway, because you teach such great practical knowledge about how to get press on your own, is that designers think that the only way you can get press is like by hiring this huge PR firm. And if it's not, as Robin likes to say, a revenue generating activity, it's like not something you can really afford to spend money on until you have profits. So you have to kind of do it yourself. So I love, I just love that aspect about what you teach in particular.
Thank you.
So as jewelry designers, what type of press should we expect? Is it just that our jewelry might be featured in a fashion spread, or are there other opportunities as far as press goes?
Yeah, so I think the most common, right, are like the accessories roundups that you see in magazines like Lucky. And then there's also the opportunity to get your designs on a model or a celebrity in a spread. So that's pretty obvious as well. But the buck kind of doesn't stop there. And a lot of times we do stop it there because we're not aware of the other opportunities, and you're actually cutting yourself out from all of these amazing opportunities for exposure. So some other ways that you can get featured, one is a profile piece. So a lot of magazines, you'll notice, do profiles of up-and-coming designers. So if you're willing to go and tell your story and make it kind of less about the actual piece and like what gemstones you used or what metals you used, and more about like your story of how you started this business and what your inspirations were, then you will have a lot of success getting that type of media, right? Getting profile pieces or design pieces. There's also some opportunities with broadcast, so with television, where if you can connect with wardrobe stylists or fashion stylists or fashion experts that go on these shows like the Today Show or like with Kelly, you know, things like that. And they're always showcasing different designs and accessories. So that's a good person to network with, or good people to network with, to get your designs out there. And the same thing with wardrobe designers and stylists for TV shows. Again, like if someone wears like your necklace on Gossip Girl, that's not even a show anymore. But
but if they were to have,
you know, on like Revenge, let's say, we'll pick up current show. So that's great.
Or True Blood, your favorite show.
Yeah. And any show that you like. I had somebody that just contacted me. Their jewelry's going to be on True Blood, which is super exciting because that's my favorite show.
Yeah.
And that's not going to bring in, like we talked about earlier, a legion of new sales, but that's something you can leverage forever. I mean, the fact that you featured there, and there's also some other little nitty-gritty things that you can do when you're featured on TV to kind of get more exposure for your brand too. But those are some other opportunities. And then, of course, you know, if you really want to emerge beyond your line and do something where you give people style tips or fashion tips that kind of surround your jewelry, then that's another way. If you can go on and say, here's how to accessorize a little black dress, right? 5 ways to do that. That's another way that you can get press if you're open to that. So there are lots of other opportunities beyond just the typical, like stereotypical roundup of jewelry, or just getting your jewelry on a model in a magazine.
I love all of that. And just a little sidebar too is like getting on those morning shows, man, are like the golden ticket. Like years and years ago, I was on the Today Show. I think Katie Couric was still the host. And one of my pieces was like pulled to be featured on some Mother's Day story. And I was like super fortunate. Unfortunately, it didn't even get like coverage on the camera, but they still featured it on their website after. And literally that day, and this was before like we even had an e-commerce site. It was so long ago. The phone was like ringing off the hook. We sold like 100 in 2 days. It was like insane. So like I think that like those kinds of press opportunities, even though they're like on camera and only for like a day, can really be the types of things that can eventually maybe impact your sales down the road or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just have one more question for you. What's the best way to show the media that we're interested in working with them? Or how would you go about even working with them in the first place?
Yes. So a good thing for everyone to do is that when you're creating your websites or when you're updating your website, if you do it yourself or have a designer, create a press page. So this is a standalone page that you will create. It should be easy to navigate from your home page. So that means like in your top navigation bar, it's good to have the word press there, the word media, so that they know where to click. And then on that page, you would feature things like your contact information, which sounds probably strange because, of course, your contact information is all over your site. But this is so that they don't have to go digging for it.
Right.
In some cases, our contact that we list for the press may be different than the contact we list for customer service or for ordering. So make sure that you have whatever that best contact is for them. Then you can have like a little synopsis of your, let's say your line, like your jewelry line or collection, a little bio about yourself. And then of course you can have, there's all kinds of things you can add to this page, and there's no right or wrong answer. You can add photos of your pieces that they can download, high resolution shots. And you can also list out, of course, all of the press that you've been featured before. So this has a double-edged benefit to it. So the one benefit is that it shows the media that you're open and willing to work with them.
Yeah.
The good thing is that we all think that the media should just know that, but it's not the case. There are a lot of designers out there that don't want to work with the media or kind of like off the media or really tough to work with. They're not open to sending samples to them when they request them. They're not open to all of these different things. So the media doesn't want to bother with that. So if you have a page that's like, if you need samples, let me know. Here's my policy. You tell me what you want. I'll send them out, overnight them, and then like I just need them back within such and such days. I'll provide the information to send back. Like very simple. They know that you are somebody that will work with them. And then the other benefit of a press page is it will actually become one of your most visited pages on your website from your customers, because they want to check out like where has this person been before, like where have these designs been featured. And the minute they click on a press page and there's like a picture of InStyle magazine or like magazine, or they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
That sparkle factor. Or let's say your design was like on a celebrity, or you have a screenshot of a TV show where it was like on Revenge or something like that, or True Blood. I mean, so cool, right? And that's what people want to see. So it has that double-edged benefit. So that's a great thing for all of you to start now. Even if you don't have press, you can still start the page by having your contact information, your little descriptions, yada, yada. And then as you get the press, you can start to list the links to that underneath. I
love that. You've given me so many ideas and reminders of what I actually need to do for my website. I'm like kind of lagging, and I actually can't wait to talk to you privately about some of this stuff because we're setting up an appointment soon. So, so last thing, tell me a little bit about this class you have going on.
Yes. Okay. So I have a class that starts on February 18th. So that's a little less than 2 weeks now. It's called Make Headlines. It's a 6-week PR mastermind for small business owners, designers, etc. Basically anyone who craves press for their business. So the class is super fun. It doesn't just teach the nuts and bolts of getting publicity, because I feel like you can kind of get those things anywhere.
Yeah.
It goes a little above and beyond that. So of course we do lots of nuts and bolts, like teaching you how to write pitches and how to find contacts and all of that good stuff. But I think the real difference here is that I like to teach people how to get press, but fit it in their schedule and also make it fun. So it's something that whether you have a half an hour a week or you have 10 hours a week to devote, it doesn't matter. It's a completely flexible program that you can fit into whatever and still get results while fitting it in. And then I also like to make it really fun for people. So a lot of times we enter into a new strategy with like, oh, it's one more thing I have to do. I'm so busy. But I like to make it so that it's super fun and it actually becomes your favorite activity to do. So if you like drinking like foo-foo coffee drinks from Starbucks or another place, if you like reading magazines and you like watching TV, then this is for you, because that's like literally your homework all the time. So,
I am so excited. I can't wait to take it.
It's really fun.
I'm signing up.
It's really fun. So it is the first time I'm running this course. I've done other iterations of it in the past, but But this time, it's brand new, really exciting, really fun. And because it's brand new, I'm offering a one-time only beta price, which is for the whole 6 weeks, I'm offering it for $149.
That is such a steal, by the way.
So this is the time to get it.
This is the time. Melissa charges so much per hour because she's so brilliant. Like, if you are even considering getting pressed for your jewelry line, or you've been trying to get pressed but it's not really working out, I can't even recommend taking this more, because I've known Melissa for a few years, and she's given me some of the best business advice I've ever had, some of the best press advice, and she's taught insane programs for our Volume 1 course about getting PR and doing it yourself. So I know that what she teaches is really the real deal. I mean, I honestly, this would have been something so awesome. I wish you were around. I mean, I know you're a lot younger than me, but I wish you were around when I was just starting my business, because I could have really used the information that you were teaching when I was, 28 years old or whatever. So thank you, Melissa. And thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to just have had some time to play with you and ask you some fun questions.
Thank you. I'm so happy to share. I love helping designers. It's so exciting to watch people just come up and know that they're a superstar and their designs are superstars, but they don't know quite how to get into the press. And it's exciting. It's always I almost feel like a Hollywood agent, where it's you're always trying to break the next new thing. So
I know.
Really fun. So I hope that everybody gets some value out of this and has a couple little tips that you can put some little sparkle and shine into your business. Sparkle and shine.
And where can you tell us your website, just so we have it on camera? I'll also have a link below the video.
Yes. So my regular website is www.casseracommunications.com. That's spelled Cassera communications.com. And you can get to Make Headlines from there if you do want to sign up for it. There's also a direct link to Make Headlines, which is just www.make-headlines.com. So
okay, cool. So I'll have both of those links before, so people can get on your list for your free tips, and so they can get the insider scoop on your Make Headlines course, because I know it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Thanks again, Melissa, and have an awesome day.
Thank you, Tracy. Bye.
Bye.